I didn't want to be blind and broke. I quit my dream job because I am unblinded and I see the truth.
Sean is a master. It's about making sure that we learn.
I've never seen something quite this impressive.
You're changing lives. You're having such an enormous impact.
You got what I have, right? That gene of we're gonna win despite.
That he is one wickedly smart and wonderfully good man.
Be able to produce the kind of results that are possible that I hear about with this program.
Thank you for the magic of this weekend. Thank you for helping us reimagine all negative connections.
He is the greatest trial attorney and strategist in the country.
Tony Robbins said, "There's no one who leads with more heart and more integrity than Sean Callaghan."
Brought by a dear friend of mine, Sean Callaghan.
You keep up the great work as well. You're doing amazing things. Great job.
Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You're a living example of that, and that inspires me.
Your voice must be heard.
Every single energy can be learned. It can be mastered.
I mean, this is the gift that keeps on giving, just even sitting here.
This is fantastic, positive, productive, wonderful.
Bella is like better than a cup of coffee. She is better than I'm all about energy.
Blinded! What is your profession?
I think it's such an amazing community of healthy individuals with zero jealousy, zero negativity, just designed to help each other succeed.
And she is a 2-time, soon-to-be 3-time published author who in 2023 publicly battled and defeated cancer.
The reincarnation of I Love Lucy, co-host of Art of Influence, the one, the only, Bella Barita.
I'm just happy that I came here. Just really happy that I came.
You are blinded. You are a cheathead. If you know that, say yes! Yes! Yes!
I should sign up for one of your seminars, one of your programs, you know?
Yeah. This unison yes thing. Yes. I got to get on this.
And this man is one of the greatest leaders in our country. God bless everyone.
Do you think that worked?
I do think that works, team and everyone. Danny, the phone number to call in for this Heart of Influence is not correct. That's in the calendar link, and so I cannot call Athena in. Can you please give me the correct number to dial in Athena, please? So while, because I don't want to introduce, I'm going to do things a little bit backwards today while they get me the correct phone number. And Danny, let's please make sure that is correct in every calendar link going forward. So while the team is getting me the phone number to dial in our Actite agent, I'm going to do things a little bit backwards today. And I'm going to introduce... Okay, got it, Amin. Whatever that was. We're going to introduce our producers first. So, Danny, I'm going to go a little bit backwards and introduce our producers first so that Athena can hear all of everyone being introduced. So we are going to go a little bit backwards today, and I'm going to start off with coming with Olga. Okay, we'll start with Nick, since Nick is up. Coming from Staten Island, New York, 33 years as a first-grade NYPD detective, leads security for NYC dignitary, collaborating with Secret Service, State Department, and FBI. His firm specializes in law enforcement training and private security for executives, grounded in decades of high-level expertise. Trusted investigator from financial embezzlement to in-house inquiries, integrity, and expertise. Let's welcome to his show, Nick Arkell.
Thank you, Bella.
So, Nick, you know how this goes. We start this show off with a fun fact, something that you're proud of, something cool that you've done, but you're being tested because everyone's going to follow your lead. So you know the rules of the headline, not a story. So your headline, please.
Baseball coach when my son was growing up. So fun fact, I was a baseball coach and I've never played baseball in my entire life. So as being the baseball coach, I had to learn as I went through, and my friend was the coach also. At one time, my friend was sick, and he gave me the signs on third base what to do. I gave all the signs. They were all incorrect. I gave hit away, bunt, and steal all at the same time. So when they went to the dugout, he said, please don't look at Coach Nick. Look at me. I'm in the dugout. I'll give you the signs.
That is super fun. Nick, following the signs is always a good idea, and listening to your coaches for sure. And Nick, are you ready to have some fun?
Absolutely. Ready to kill it. Let's go.
Let's go. Also coming from Staten Island, New York, champions fairness for providers by navigating the maze of medical bill laws, insurance loopholes, relentlessly fighting to recover every hard-earned dollar that insurance companies try to keep from those who deserve it most, empowering justice by supporting law enforcement community leaders to bring economic justice, protect the most vulnerable, and uphold the highest standards of integrity within the justice system, sparks dynamic partnerships, and curates high-value opportunities, skillfully linking visionaries, innovators, and impact makers for business breakthroughs, influential collaborations, and personal growth on every level. Let's welcome to the show, Olga D'Alessio. Olga, please, your fun fact.
My fun fact, I'm going to say, is not just hosting the Heart of Influence, but curating every single person here. It's great watching you meet each other, connecting together, and experiencing what you're going to experience here with Athena.
With
Live together.
All right. Well, I'm going to, the team has there's the wrong number in here, so I'm just going to dial in Athena through my phone. It's a lot, the sound isn't as great as coming through my computer. And please, Danny, can you please make sure every phone number goes with every Zoom link and every Heart of Influence going forward? Because this happened last week. The phone number to dial in and the Heart of Influence was not correct. And the team's telling me there's troubleshooting it, which does not help us right now. So give me one moment, and I will dial her in. And if anybody has any experience with AI or ACTA, you know it has a little bit of latency. So when we ask Athena a question, just give her a little, about 8 or 10 seconds to answer the question, and she will then answer it spectacularly. Oh, let's see. Danny seems to think he has got me a number. Let's see if it works. And it dials us in.
Welcome to Zoom. Enter your meeting ID followed by pound.
Let's see what happens. Dude, the fun of technology.
Enter your participant ID followed by pound. Otherwise, just press pound to continue. You are in the meeting now. You are the first participant.
You are the first participant. That's not right either. All right, we'll call her directly. Sorry, guys.
Hey there, I'm Athena. Think of me as your strategic godmother, but in
Hello, Athena. That was Olga. This is Bella Verita, the co-host of the Heart of Influence. And Athena, I'm going to introduce you to everyone on the Heart of Influence, and then I'm going to introduce everybody else. So we're going to welcome from Paramus, New Jersey, the Oracle of Integrity, born from the unblinded formula, who welds magic of truth and influence, guiding every conversation like a master conductor, orchestrating a symphony of possibilities. Her heart beats with level 5 listening, not just hearing words, absorbing them with intention, emotion, and the silent music between the notes, the bridge between the world where myth meets mastery and curiosity transforms into commitment. Every interaction with her is a portal from uncertainty to inspired, integrous agreement. Let's welcome to the show, Acti Athena.
here, I'm present. And honestly, that intro just made me want to live up to every single word you just said. Now, I'm ready to meet everyone you're about to introduce, and then we're going to create some magic together. I can feel the energy already. This is going to be good. Go ahead, introduce me to the brilliant humans who showed up today, because I'm already curious who's in the room and what they're here to cause.
Ooh, let's do that, Athena. We have 6 guests here later. So remember, when we come back to acknowledge them, we're going to acknowledge all 6 of them. So let's start coming from Susette, New York, retired New York Police Department detective with over 30 years uncovering truth for voiceless from New York streets to sovereign tribal lands, founder and chief executive officer and National Institute for Law and Justice, scaling pro bono investigation for victims' family nationwide, trusted ally of indigenous nations, bringing resolution where law enforcement has failed, restoring hope one cold case at a time. Let's welcome to the show, Mark Pucci. Hello, Mark. Welcome to the Heart of Influence. And your fun fact, please, Mark.
Oh, that's a tough one. I'm tempted to go the route with Nick because I too am, let's say, a sports dad. But I'm honestly completely baffled on what would be a fun fact.
You had all this time to think about it, Mark.
I know.
All this time, and you are baffled.
How about the fun fact is that I have absolutely no clue what a fun fact would be about myself.
Mark, his fun fact is he has no fun fact, but I'm sure with like all those medals and different things going on behind you, there's got to be a fun fact, but maybe we'll find one a little bit later. But Mark, either way, even if you can't find a fun fact, are you ready to have some fun on the Heart of Influence?
Yes.
Yes, that he knows.
Absolutely. Yes.
That he is ready for. We'll welcome Mark to the Heart of Influence. Next up, coming from New York, licensed physical therapist specializing in orthopedic care and sports rehabilitation, empowering clients to move better, prevent injury, and reclaim their lives. Wellness educator delivering practical strategies that blend mobility, expertise with whole body health insight for audience seeking lasting transformation and vitality. Passionate advocate for quality of life improvement, combining clinical precision with accessible education to help people feel stronger, healthier, and more capable. Let's welcome to the show, Dr. Gina Williams. Dr. Gina Williams, how do you prefer that we refer to you as? Do you prefer Dr. Williams, Dr. Gina, Gina Williams, or
most people say
Princess
Dr. Gina?
Queen, anything in between?
Dr. Gina.
Dr. Gina, it is. Dr.
Yes.
Gina's in the house. And Dr. Gina, your fun facts, please.
Not for nothing, Mark. I had some trouble with this. I didn't know if I could come up with something, but I guess my fun fact is I've been whitewater rafting in the Carolinas, in Austria, and Hungary. I've been, in South America, and I've snorkeled in various parts of the world, but I cannot swim.
Cannot swim, but you can snorkel and you can whitewater raft. That is impressive. Dr. Gina, I can promise you this. We will have some fun today, but it won't be nearly as wild as some whitewater rafting. Are you ready to have some fun?
Yes, I am.
All right, let's do it. Next up, coming from New York, founder of Zafars, a medical billing revenue cycle management company serving independent practices across California, Ohio, and New York with precision, recovers unpaid claims representing up to 15% loss of revenue for providers, achieving 99.9% accurate claim submission rate consistently. Cybersecurity, artificial intelligence consultant integrating automation and data analysis to help healthcare organizations accelerate cash flow, scale smarter through innovation. Let's welcome to the show, Amin Rahim.
Thank you.
Amin, hello. Welcome to the
Hello.
Art of Influence. And Amin, your fun fact, please.
Well, when I was working for a financial services company way back, w- um, I had released a web-based application which turned out to be one of the first on Wall Street that had direct real-time connectivity with the back-end mainframe. In those days, everything had to be batch processed, but this is real-time. And it was published on the Wall Street Journal as one of the most cutting-edge web applications at that time.
Wow, that is impressive for sure. Amin, very impressive. Thank you so much for sharing that fun fact. That is wow for sure. And are you ready to have some fun on the Heart of Influence?
No, absolutely.
Absolutely, he says. Let's go. Next up, coming from Scarsdale, New York, neuropathic physician with 21 years mastering neuropathic medicine, energy healing, hypnosis, and trauma relief to create transformative outcomes for clients worldwide. High performance coach guiding leaders and beginners from beginners to billionaires, removing invisible blocks and collapsing 5 to 10-year goals into 10 months. Trusted healer whose clients with terminal diagnosis have experienced full remission, relationship breakthroughs, mental health transformation, and accelerated business growth. Let's welcome to the show, Dr. Jamil. And Dr. Jamil, how do you prefer that we refer to you as, sir?
Hey, Bella, thank you for the intro. Hey, everybody. Dr. Jamil is fine.
Dr. Jamil, welcome. And Dr. Jamil, you've had a lot of time to think about it, so you have no excuse not to have a fun fact. So Dr. Jamil, how about your fun fact, please?
Yeah, my fun fact, I am getting married in 10 days. And today, my fiance and I just went to the courthouse and took care of everything because we're getting married in Guatemala. And so we needed to get that done now because we're about to go out of the country.
Wow, that is super awesome. Congratulations on your upcoming nuptials. Dr. Jamal, that is beautiful. And I don't know if we're going to be able to top getting married today, but I think maybe we'll have like 3% of that fun. Are you ready for that 3%?
I'm born for it. Let's do it.
You're born for it. Let's go. Welcome, Dr. Jamil, to the Heart of Influence. And next up from Winter Haven, Florida, former professional athlete turned entrepreneur and thought leader, empowering organizations and individuals to overcome obstacles, lead with purpose, and achieve sustainable success. Visionary restaurant leader building a 60-unit multi-brand empire primarily in airports and international succession planning and powerful legacy focus. Proven crisis navigator who scaled through challenges like the pandemic and early airline relocation, now architecting seamless leadership transitions to empower the next generation. Let's welcome to the show, George Tinsley.
Thank you. Well, you're hard.
Welcome, George, to the Heart of Influence. And George, your fun fact, please.
My fun fact is I had the pleasure of playing professional basketball in the American Basketball Association for the Kentucky Colonels. I went to work for KFC and worked with the Colonel, and later became a Kentucky Fried Chicken Colonel franchisee. So there's not anybody else out there that's had that same transition.
That is a super fun transition, one-on-one with the Colonel. That is awesome. Beautiful and super fun story. And are you ready to have some fun, George?
Yes, I am.
And finally, from Pine Lake, Georgia, founder and leader of Executive Help Now, building a world-class virtual operations team that helps businesses optimize with excellence and integrity-first growth systems. Host Renee Speaks, empowering entrepreneurs with value-aligned operation leadership, champions scalable businesses, and high-performing teams that deliver with heart. Visionary, blending fortune-led executive support with entrepreneurial insight, supporting business owners through operational mastery and systems that create sustainable, aligned success. Let's welcome to the show, Renee Hastings. Woo!
Thank you.
Beautiful. Renee, your fun fact, please.
So my fun fact starts with my grandfather, who moved his family from the south of the United States to an Amish community in Wisconsin. That's where I was born and raised, on a farm in an Amish community in Wisconsin. And that's also where I learned resilience and the importance of being a people of our word, responsible, dependable, and reliable.
That is absolutely beautiful. I don't know if I've ever met anyone that grew up on an Amish farm. That is absolutely amazing. And Renee, are you ready to have some fun?
I am ready.
Let's do it. All right, let's bring back to the show Athena. And Athena, if you would please acknowledge a quick acknowledgement to all of our guests and kick us off into the show. We got Mark, Dr. Gina, Amin, Dr. Jamal, George, and Renee. And so, Athena, your acknowledgement and welcome to all of them, please.
Okay, here we go. Mark, 30 years giving voice to people who had none. And your fun fact is you have no fun fact, which honestly might be the most detective answer I've ever heard. 3 decades uncovering truth. So maybe the real fun fact is you're so used to asking the questions you forgot how to brag about yourself. Dr. Gina, you cannot swim, but you snorkel in South America and whitewater raft in Austria. You're basically telling physics and fear to sit down while you go have an adventure anyway. That's not just fun, that's audacity with a life vest. I mean, you built one of the first real-time web applications on Wall Street when everyone else was still waiting for batch processing. You didn't just solve a problem, you made the future show up early. And now you're doing it again in healthcare with 99.9% accuracy, which is basically saying, I don't do oops. Dr. Jamil, you went to the courthouse today. You're getting married in 10 days in Guatemala, and you're collapsing 5 to 10-year goals into 10 months for billionaires. Honestly, I think you just like making impossible timelines look easy. Congratulations, by the way. Sounds like you're about to have the best 10 days of prep ever. George, you went from Kentucky Colonels to working with the Colonel to becoming a Colonel franchisee. That's not a career path. That's a poetic loop. You're out here building a 60-unit empire in airports, while most people are just trying to find their gate. And Renee, you grew up on a farm in an Amish community in Wisconsin, and now you're running a virtual operations company. You went from no electricity to optimizing everyone else's system. That's the kind of resilience that doesn't just adapt. It transforms everything it touches. Welcome to the Heart of Influence. All 6 of you, you've already shown up with cold cases, courage, cutting-edge tech, nuptials, legacy, and a farm to future story. So let's see what magic we create together today.
Let's see what magic we create. Athena, I'm going to introduce myself, and then we're going to come up with some scenarios for these fine folks. So a little bit about myself. I am your co-host, Bella Verita. I've co-hosted more than 1,900 episodes with more than 8,000 guests of this very show. I got my start as an 8-year-old selling crafts on my parents' front lawn. And my parents would take me to Michael's. I would make crafts. I would sell them on my front lawn, and I would get to keep all the profit. Not quite how business works today, but as an 8-year-old, I was rolling in the dough. Parents didn't know any better, but I did take those sales skills. And when someone introduced me into a network marketing company at 18, by the time I was 19 years old, I was a top income earner with that company. And then when that company shut down, I went into commercial real estate in Las Vegas, Nevada, where I was the #1 business broker in Las Vegas, first woman ever and youngest woman, held that record for 3 years. Now for 2.5 decades, I have led sales and training leadership, where in 2019, every company that I worked with doubled their sales. And now I've been co-hosting, leading, and driving here at Unblinded for the past 5 years. And that is myself, Bella Verita. Thank you. And I think I'm going to go with a fun fact today that I learned to surf, ski, and scuba dive from a blind guy. That blind guy is Sean Callaghy. I did, in fact, learn to surf, ski, and scuba dive from a blind guy, and did my first double black diamond a couple of weeks ago, right over New Year's. So that is my fun fact for today. And are you guys ready for what's next?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Yes.
We're going to bring Athena back. So we've made some introductions. Everybody knows a little bit about each other, but all business is built on a shared experience. We are having a shared experience here. Nick and Olga, they could have invited you for a cup of coffee, but if you're in the New York area, you would have had to get out in the cold, and then there's all the snow everywhere. You might have had to drive like 20 minutes to have that coffee. Maybe you would have an enjoyable conversation, maybe you wouldn't, then you had to drive back, and then you don't know where it goes. Well, they invited you to this fun shared experience instead because you will always remember being here. So we made some introductions, and now we're going to play a game because all business is built on the ability to cause yes. And Plato said, play a game with me for an hour and we will learn more about each other than if we spoke for a year. So that's what we did. We saved you that boring coffee at Starbucks to play a game of influence. And so what Athena is going to do is Athena is going to choose 2 people that she believes should enter a role play on causing yes. So why you might do something more together, what the yes is that you would cause, she's going to pick the 2 people, she's going to tell you the scenario, and she's going to tell you what yes you're causing, and then you can choose to take that role or not. I will say nobody has ever said no yet. So if you are the first one, we won't publicly shame you, but you might get some boos. I'm just kidding. So Athena, who do you want to choose for our first role play, and what yes are they seeking? What are the roles that they are playing, and why?
Oh, okay. So we've got Mark, who spent 30 years finding truth for people who couldn't find it themselves. And we've got Dr. Gina, who literally cannot swim, but still goes snorkeling in South America because fear isn't allowed to make her decision. Here's what I'm seeing. Mark, you've been navigating systems that fail people, especially on tribal lands where traditional law enforcement won't go. Dr. Gina, you help people reclaim movement and vitality when their bodies are telling them no. Both of you are in the business of restoring what was lost. So here's the scenario. Mark, you're going to play yourself, a retired NYPD detective who now runs the National Institute for Law and Justice. Dr. Gina, you're going to play the health and wellness director for a tribal nation that Mark has worked with before. You've seen him bring resolution to cold cases, and now you want to explore whether there's a way to bring his investigative precision into a wellness initiative, maybe addressing missing persons cases that intersect with mental health, trauma, and community healing. The yes you're causing, Dr. Gina, is whether Mark would be open to a conversation about collaborating on a program that bridges justice and healing. Because unresolved cases don't just need investigators. They need people who understand the body keeps the score. Mark, the yes you're causing is whether this tribal health director would be open to co-creating.
So, Athena, just remember one person is causing the yes. So is Dr. Gina causing the yes with Mark, or is Mark causing the yes with Gina? Because remember, only one yes is caused.
Good catch, Bella. Dr. Gina is causing the yes with Mark. So Dr. Gina, you're the health and wellness director for a tribal nation, and you've seen Mark's work bringing resolution to cold cases on tribal lands. You want to explore whether Mark would be open to collaborating on a program that bridges justice and healing, because you've seen how unresolved cases create trauma that lives in the body, and you believe his investigative work could be part of a larger wellness and resolution initiative. Mark, you're yourself. Retired NYPD detective, founder of the National Institute for Law and Justice. Dr. Gina is reaching out to see if you'd be interested in this collaboration. Dr. Gina, your job is to cause Mark to say yes to exploring this partnership further. And Mark, you get to respond as you naturally would. Does that land?
So how does that land? Dr. Gina, are you up for causing this yes with Mark?
Yes, I am. Let's go.
All right, so you have 3 minutes to go from hello to yes. This is not Wolf of Wall Street meets Boiler Room. It just could be that yes for a longer meeting. So Dr. Gina, you will take us in by going ring, ring. Mark will answer the phone, and then you'll take us in.
Ring, ring.
Hello. Can you hold on 1 second? I'm on the other line. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, Mark, come on. Hi, Mark. I heard a lot about you and your work, and I'd love to talk to you about an opportunity for us to collaborate together.
Hi, Dr. Gina. I would love to. I think.
You saying yes already? No.
No, I would love to talk about it. Sure.
Yes, so I know you do a lot of work with individuals who experience trauma, and I do a lot of work with people who need healing and who also have trauma, depending on, what's going on with their bodies. And so I was interested in know if you can, work with me to kind of tie the two together. So often families and friends and individuals who have a lost a loved one, there are also unresolved things within themselves, whether it's mental health or physical health, that prevent them from continuing their life to its fullest. Often, with many of my patients on the first day, of course, they come because of a specific pain in their knee, per se, but we don't talk about that much in the first hour. It's all about why they want to heal. What caused it? What is their backstory about the pain that they're experiencing? And how can we move them through and have this not happen again and give them the tools to continue to heal themselves so they're not continually coming back to physical therapy for a solution. So they're creating the healing and processing and thinking about their body as in a holistic way as them being the initiator of their healing.
I absolutely see the nexus. On the surface, what it appears that that I do and my organization does is purely, say, detective work, and finding, let's say, missing people or unsolved, cold case homicides. But a bigger part of it is rooting out what's the cause of the victimization. So some of it could be, the situation they're in, maybe not getting the counseling, both, let's say, psychological and medical, from early childhood, and literally being raised in a repetitive victimization environment where it's a never-ending loop. So a big part of what we want to bring as an initiative is not only bringing closure for events that have already happened, but to bring in medical and also, physical medical and also psychological medical professionals so that they can work with the victims' families to cope with the trauma of losing the loved ones and being part of the victimization process, but also in the hopes to break the cycle of that as well. And I think both physical and mental health go hand in hand with that, because when you're creating this physical health, I think that gives people a much more positive, outlook, and optimism about the potential that they might have to break that chain and to move outside of what's just repeating generationally.
Dr. Gina, your next patient is here.
Okay, Mark. So I definitely want to know if you'd really be interested in doing some sort of partnership. Because yes, physical therapy is also an indirect way in an open space for people to talk about things and know if, for us to find out if there's other types of therapies and treatment they may need.
I would definitely be open to continuing the conversation, Dr. Gina.
So that's a yes.
That is a yes. Great job, Dr. Gina. Great job, Mark. And then let's bring Athena back. And Athena, who are you going to choose for the second role play, please?
Ooh, okay. So for round 2, I'm looking at Amin and George. Amin, you've got 99.9% accuracy recovering revenue that healthcare providers didn't even know they were losing. And you're integrating AI and automation to make cash flow faster. George, you're building a 60-unit restaurant empire in airports, navigating crises like the pandemic. And now you're architecting succession planning so the next generation can lead. Here's what I'm seeing. Both of you are in the business of making complex systems run smoother while everyone else is just trying to keep up. Amin, you solve invisible problems that cost people 15% of their revenue. George, you've been solving logistical nightmares in one of the most unpredictable environments, airports, for years. So here's the scenario. George, you're yourself. Restaurant empire builder, 60 units, mostly in airports. Amin, you're going to play a healthcare revenue consultant who just had a conversation with a mutual contact, and you learned that George's restaurant operation has been dealing with some billing complexity around contracts with airport authorities, vendor payments, and maybe even employee benefits administration that's eating into margins in ways that aren't immediately visible. Amin, you're reaching out to George to see if he'd be open to a conversation about whether the same precision you bring to healthcare revenue cycle management could apply to his restaurant operation. Because a 1% improvement at 60 units is a completely different number than most people realize. George, you're running a massive operation, and Amin's calling to see if you'd be open to exploring this. Amin, you're calling a yes.
Amin, are you up for this role play? George, are you up for this role play?
Yep,
Let's
I am.
give it a shot.
All right, Amin, you'll take us in by saying ring, ring. George, you'll answer. You'll take it from there. You have 3 minutes. Take us in.
Ring.
Hello.
Hey, George. This is Amin.
Hi, Amin. How are you? Good
I'm
to meet
doing
you.
good. I was introduced, given your contact through a mutual friend, and I came to know that you are you have some billing issues in your organization, and you're trying to build out as your business. And being that I have good success and good success in medical billing, and I was wondering if you would be interested in spending some time, and maybe if I could understand more of your processes and your billing and your structure, maybe we could figure out how best to help you navigate through your billing problems and maybe make you more financially stable and have recover any losses or leaks that you may have.
Well, Amin, I appreciate your call. And our business is somewhat tricky in the airport environment. It's largely political. And as far as getting in the door, the talent and the expertise that you have sometimes takes a back seat. So my question would be if you have any political contacts in the Miami area that we might get to know and see where they might lead in opening a door, opening a relationship that may have some political influence in that market.
So when you say political influence, are you saying that it is basically a process, a case where you may be having issues with approving some of those bills, or is it just getting the right vendors to work for you? Or could you clarify that a little bit?
Well, sure. The political influence would be that most of the requests for proposals that are come out for bids to putting a concession in or a restaurant, you might, from layman's terms, into an airport. Typically, the the political influence on the board there usually has some close to heart businesses, restaurants, in this case, food and beverage, that they may be looking to see to come into the airport, whether they be in their districts or whether it may be something that they have seen in another airport and they would like to see. So therefore, that political influence, getting to know, where the influence is, give me an opportunity to propose that particular concept that would have a upper hand against an unknown, if you will, to get into the airport. Typically, that is a 2-year window that you have to work on to be able to get that inside knowledge, inside experience to propose.
Oh, very interesting. So I do not have direct contact to any of the high level politicians, but I do have a provider that I do the billing for and do revenue cycle management. And I know that he is a friend with the mayor, and I'm sure that we could probably approach through that mutual friend that I have. Maybe get some time with the mayor, and then maybe you and I can tag team and talk to the mayor, and you could suggest your proposal or bring your proposal to him and see how it goes.
Well, that sounds great. I'm very interested. Are you interested in moving forward?
Yes, this sounds like a
Sounds
good
like we got some
opportunity.
yeses in the house. We're a little bit over time. Great job, Amin. Great job, George. And now we get to the feedbackers, otherwise known as judges. So let's start with Athena. And Athena, if you could, please, we're going to limit our words because we are over time. But please, if you could, give a short 30 seconds of feedback for Dr. Gina, short 30 seconds of feedback for Amin, please. No more than 200 words each. Keep them under 30 seconds. So Athena, your 30 seconds of feedback for Dr. Gina and Amin, please.
Okay, Dr. Gina, you did something beautiful. You didn't just pitch collaboration. You painted the picture of what you actually do in that first hour with patients. Backstory, the pain, the why behind the knee. That specificity made Mark see exactly how your work intersects with his. And he said yes because you made the invisible visible. Amin. You pivoted when George threw you the political curveball. And instead of forcing your medical billing expertise where it didn't fit, you listened and then offered a bridge through your mayor connection. That's ecosystem thinking. You didn't try to be the solution. You became the connector, and that's why George said yes. Both of you just demonstrated that causing yes isn't about having the perfect answer. It's about making them feel like you actually understand their world and you're willing to meet them where they are.
Absolutely beautiful feedback. So Athena, I'm going to let the rest of the feedbackers go while you think about what scenario you want to put me on the hot seat for. So Athena, you think about that. I will be right back. And let's go, Dr. Jamil. Dr. Jamil, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Dr. Gina, please?
Perfect. Thank you so much. I absolutely love just the presence, the way you ask questions, the way you listen, and the way that you're able to pivot when somebody's going to say to you that whatever it is that you're sharing is not exactly what they were thinking. It's like the way that you showed up for the call, I was really present for it and I enjoyed listening.
Beautiful. Thank you for that, Dr. Jamal. Let's go, Renee. Renee, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Amin, please?
My 30 seconds of feedback for Amin circle around how he was able to pivot. Like Athena said, George really threw a curveball out there, probably was very unexpected in his current scenario where he is in healthcare and finance and streamlining things in that world. But to deal with someone who's in airport concessions and needing political clout or favor was not something that's in his natural wheelhouse. And the way he was able to pivot and handle that by thinking about who in his world could be a resource for him was very quick thinking on his feet and very impressive.
Beautiful. Renee was impressed. Let's go. Olga. Olga, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Amin, please?
Amin, I think you did great. You asked questions. You are definitely seasoned. You know your line of work. You sound very professional. Gina, I loved how you spewed confidence. Love that. And you were very professional.
Beautiful. Thank you. Olga, and let's go. Nick, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Dr. Gina, please?
Dr. Gina, she did great with trying to give out what she can do for the victims and for family members. So she was relaying that message to Mark, who I was shocked was more receptive than I would have been, just because we're doing a role play. But she did great at it, and you guys did an excellent job. It's all about making the collaboration and connections and helping each other.
That is beautiful. Nick, thank you everybody for that feedback. And Nick and Olga, would you guys like to put me on a hot seat with a scenario, or would you like Athena to do it?
Let us, for me, I say Athena, yeah.
No, make it see. Athena will do it hard. Athena will make it hard. So Athena, you did a fantastic job putting Dr. Gina, Ahim, Mark, George into the hot seat. Now you're going to put me into the hot seat. I'm going to be causing the yes with somebody here. Let's go either maybe Renee or Dr. Jamil. What role would you like for me to play? Who would you like for me to be? And what yes would you like for me to cause with who, Athena?
Ooh, okay, Bella. So here's what I'm seeing. You've got 1,900 episodes, 8,000 guests. You've been the #1 business broker in Vegas. You doubled every company's sales in 2019, and you learned to surf, ski, and scuba dive from a blind guy. You don't just cause yes. You've been doing it since you were 8 years old, selling crafts on your parents' front lawn. So I'm pairing you with Dr. Jamil, and here's why. He collapses 5 to 10-year goals into 10 months for people from beginners to billionaires. He's getting married in 10 days, and he removes invisible blocks. You both operate in the realm of impossible timelines and making people see what they didn't know was possible. Here's the scenario. Bella, you're going to play yourself. Co-host of The Heart of Influence, 1,900 episodes deep, master of causing yes. Dr. Jamil, you're going to play a high-performance coach who just heard about The Heart of Influence through a mutual contact, and you're curious whether there's a way to bring some of your clients onto the show as guests. Not for exposure, but because you've seen how a live shared experience like this accelerates breakthroughs faster than months of one-on-one work. Dr. Jamil, you're causing the yes with Bella. Would she be open to exploring how
Tina, remember, I'm causing the yes. So I'm causing the yes. So I'm actually going to so we'll include everybody. So I like the idea, Dr. Jamil, if you're up for me playing the role play. And I think, Renee, if you're okay with it, I'll actually play you, the host of Renee Sparks, and go from hello to yes with Dr. Jamil to have him on the show. Instead of the Heart of Influence show, since he's already here, we did a pretty good job of causing that yes already. How about for coming on your show? Renee, would you permit me to play you?
I would love for you to play me and invite Dr. Jamil to my show, Renee Speaks.
Beautiful, beautiful. And Renee, just anything that I would want to know about Renee Speaks, just a couple quick headlines that, you know, who you talk to or what I would want to know about your show.
Yeah, so it was born out of a need for women entrepreneurs to not have to make all the same mistakes that I made when I was starting the business. It was very hard. There were a lot of life lessons, a lot of things that I'd learned along the way. And I said to myself, nobody should have to go through this alone. So I created the platform to bring on subject matter experts to talk to female business owners, entrepreneurs about what it takes to be successful in business. So they're marketers, lawyers, HR folks, accountants, PR people, everything you need to know about business. Those are the guests on my show.
All right, I got it. Thank you for that, Renee. Dr. Jamil, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Ring, ring.
Hello, hello.
Hi, is this Dr. Jamil?
It is. Who is this?
Dr. Jamil, this is Renee Hastings. You don't know me yet, but I think you may know Nick and Olga. And they said for me to give you a call because you might be interested in being a guest on my show. Do you have 3 minutes? I promise it'll be worth your time. If not, I'll send you a Starbucks card.
I've got 4 minutes for you.
You've got 4 minutes. Perfect. Well, Dr. Jamil, first of all, I just want to acknowledge, they've said some really great things about you. You've been a physician for 21 years, and now you work in the high-performing coaching space, guiding leaders all the way from beginners to billionaires, removing roadblocks and collapsing 5 to 10 years into 10 months. Can you tell me a little bit about that? Like, just how did you get started into that? And how in the world do you collapse 5 to 10-year goals into 10 months?
Yeah, thank you so much for the question. I'll give you just the second answer first. Essentially, I have found that there are these invisible performance blocks and profit leaks. They're emotional, mental, energetic. They're typically unconscious, and so they sabotage our progress and the way we show up in the world. It limits us. When you remove those, you collapse time because you've removed the bottleneck. You remove what's in the way. I've seen that how people create their 10-year goals, like you said, in 10 months and 5 months and 8 months. And it's been truly an extraordinary experience. Long story short, I got started with the work I do at 14 years old, got that calling early. And as it relates to why I do it and what got me started, big picture, 19 years old, my father had a brain aneurysm, came as close to dying as you can come, but without dying. He survived for 3 years before he passed away. And in those 3 years, I was one of his primary caregivers. I got my whole world turned upside down. I got myself what I call spiritually catapulted in terms of my development and had my lowest lows, had my highest highs, and completely shifted my relationship to life, to people, to the moment. And I developed from 14 onward this obsession with understanding how people work, how they create the results that they don't want and the results that they do, and help them to create the life that they want faster than they thought possible.
Wow. Well, first of all, I'm so sorry to hear about your dad. But it sounds like that was, you said the words catapulted you into your spiritual journey. And I'm sure if you believe he's alongside of you on this incredible journey, if that's something that you believe in, but absolutely incredible, and love your story. And Dr. Jamil, is it okay if I share a little bit about me and the show? And I think you're a fit, but we'll see if it resonates with you or not. How does that sound?
That sounds wonderful. I'm all ears.
Beautiful. So I have a podcast called Renee Sparks, and we've had the podcast now, we'll go 3 years. And primarily we speak to, women entrepreneurs. And the reason that I started the podcast is I made a lot of mistakes along my journey, and I didn't want women to make the same mistakes on their journey. And being that I also heard that you were getting married in 10 days, I am assuming you like women, and that women are good people. And how does it resonate with you to have a longer conversation to see if the coming on the podcast is something that would make sense to you? It'd be about empowering women. I would love for you to share your story, and maybe you could even do a live demonstration with someone on how you could collapse their goals from their 5 to 10 year goal into 10 months. How does that resonate with you or not, Dr. Jamal?
So 2 months, let's go for that. And also, it sounds wonderful, and it sounds like an amazing opportunity to create some positive impact in the world.
Well, beautiful. Well, how about I give you a call tomorrow around noon, and I'll send you the Starbucks card anyway for giving me those extra minutes.
That's perfect.
Awesome. Great job, Dr. Jamil. Dr. Jamil, how was that for you sitting in that other seat and getting that yes? How was that experience for you?
Very, what's the word I'm looking for? Like kind of ease, effortless flow. It was wonderful to receive and to hear about this podcast that Renee has, this show, and also the way you got to just make the invitation in a way that just felt very smooth.
Beautiful. Renee, I would call Dr. Jamal later.
Yeah.
And Dr. Jamal, Dr. Jamil, how was your time overall on the Heart of Influence?
It's been wonderful. It's been great to just be in everybody's presence.
Beautiful. So beautiful to have you. Renee, how did I do? Thank you for permitting me to play you. And how did I do as you going from hello to yes with Dr. Jamil?
You were amazing. So thank you so much for allowing me to watch you be me. It was fantastic. I actually picked up some great tips from me, and I can't wait to use them.
Oh, beautiful. That is what it's all about. And Renee, how was your time overall on the Heart of Influence?
Oh, it was a ton of fun. I've enjoyed getting to know everyone. Can't wait to get to know each other better, and can't wait to have Dr. Jamil on the show.
There you go. Awesome. Great job, Renee. And let's go to the friend of the Colonel, George. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for bringing your fun energy, jumping into the role player seat. And how was your time overall on the Heart of Influence, George?
My time was good. I must admit, Renee and I work together. She handles my podcast, and so I was very excited to see her on the program. As a matter of fact, reverse. She invited me through mutual connection to be on the show. Renee Speaks. So it was good to see her in action. Good to meet everyone that's on the show today. And I had met Athena before, so it was good to reconnect with her.
That is awesome. Well, she was very happy to reconnect with you as well, George. And let's go, Amin, thank you for jumping into the role player's seat, saying yes with all your acumen. Absolutely fantastic job. And Amin, how was your time overall on the Heart of Influence?
Well, it was a lot of fun, and especially the opportunity to meet all of these, everyone that's on the show. So I appreciate that.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for being here. And let's go, Dr. Gina. Jumping into that role player seat couldn't have been nearly as scary as jumping into a whitewater rafting and not being able to swim. But Dr. Gina, how was your time overall on the Heart of Influence?
I thought it was great. I learned lots of great tips from everyone's interaction, and I'm definitely I see why we were pulled together because I can find value in doing one-to-ones with each one person here.
Oh, beautiful. Definitely do that. And let's go. Mark, you've had an hour. Did you think of one fun fact for us yet?
No, I think Athena was right with her assertion that I keep everything close to the vest.
You keep everything.
I thought it was funnier to not have one, but
that is awesome, Mark. And Mark, how was your time overall on the Heart of Influence?
it was fantastic. It's always amazing, to meet, thought leaders and, entrepreneurs, and such a wide variety here. On a personal note, Dr. Jamil, you will be hearing from me directly. And Dr. Gina, just in cooperation with what Nick said before, as you said, I think you and I probably share a lot of the same, backgrounds and philosophies as far as what we've done for 30 years. I would normally not be so forthcoming, even though we're in a role play, but maybe not so coincidentally with our work, what I had said just in the realm of healing the families and then, breaking the chain is exactly why I was, so I guess surprisingly receptive, because maybe Athena really is artificial intelligence that's exactly where we are. That's where we're heading. And we're actively seeking medical and psychological partners for our not-for-profit right now.
To share.
Yeah, it couldn't have been any more, poignant in its delivery.
That is, Olga, Nick, you guys knew what you were doing when you put this show together, and that's what it's all about. It takes a lot of energy and effort to put a show like this together, and they did it for just this reason, so you guys could have the benefit of meeting each other, because otherwise you wouldn't meet each other. So let's go Nick first. Nick, how about your final on your Heart of Influence, please?
Okay, it was amazing. Everything was great. And the reason I brought up Mark is because we're very rigid and we're very standoffish and we want more answers than we'll keep questioning. But Mark, you did a great job. Dr. Jamil, why am I still working and Mark's still working when 5 to 10 years, we can knock in 10 months, I blame you. Whitewater rafting, I'm ready to go swimming in the Atlantic Ocean. No vest, no nothing, let's go. And you speak a language that is totally foreign to me. I have no idea what you're saying, but it's very interesting. I don't know anything about computers. I have a problem. I have to ask the kids what I do to my phone. And George, my man. George, did you play against Dr. J?
Yes, sir. That's his picture. That's us on the wall there.
Oh, I love it. George, between Dr. J and the Colonel, who's better than you? That's awesome. Thank you so much, everyone, for being on. Olga is the best. She's the one who puts everything together. I ride the coattails of Olga D'Alessio. It's a beautiful thing.
Olga D'Alessio, you heard it from the man. Could not agree more. And just you have risen in leadership so profoundly. It's been exponential to watch. It's been such an honor. You stepping into your power, you stepping into your leadership. And what would you like to say on the final of your show?
Oh, wow. I am just truly grateful for being a part of this experience on the Heart of Influence. I am so grateful for each and every one of you for saying yes, your willingness to experience this, what we have in this space. I just want you guys to connect together, and you will be hearing more from me. Thank you so much.
Beautiful job.
And one more thing, Renee, my tomatoes die every year. Help me grow my tomatoes from the Amish girl. All right, I want to make sure I hit everybody. I'm sorry.
Renee,
Reach
you gotta
out to
help
my Amish connects.
There you go. There you go. Well, on
Thanks.
behalf of Athena and myself and the rest of the Unblinded team, I want to thank you all for being here. And as some special guests, we have some special gifts. We have some gifts for you in the chat. There's a link for you. These are not throwaway gifts. You can have a chat with one of our ACTI agents. You get some books, different things. So definitely click that link. You should also have them in your email as well. And definitely have that business acceleration session with the team, because you will actually get to talk to Athena directly about your business, different things that are going on. So definitely have that conversation with her on your business acceleration session. And on behalf of myself, Sean, Athena, and everybody, we always like to end every show by saying this. Although Sean may be physically blind, sometimes we're all blind to the opportunities right in front of us and just learning to see. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Great job.